policy. The next one is politics or politicians. Anybody that works in a public agency, the really prime example of that is the NHS, where you're delivering a service, you've also got politicians giving views on how it should be delivered. Or if you're in England, you've got Michael Gove, the English Education Secretary, saying, this is the kind of exam system I want to see. I want to see a return to O levels, and we're going to do this, this, this. No discussion whatsoever, just flinging out the ideas. That gets in the way of effective delivery. The other one is procedures. An organisation that becomes more and more obsessed by following procedures and, finally, process. And the four all come together and you get cardiac arrest. And that's when they die. And that was the point of the article about Apple. What they were actually saying is Jobs created a culture of freewheeling and moving on and innovating all the time. And he said what we've become obsessed with is actually staying put and trying to make it better. But what they actually mean is get more out of it and sell more of it. And he said we're now actually in a world that is so fast moving, you've actually got to ditch that faster and faster and faster. Now what happens next is this. Within the organisation, some people leave, some people go off to do their own thing, somebody else comes along and tries to tinker with the system, or some people stay. But for how long in the organisation? That's one of the interesting issues of dealing with the NHS, a policy of no compulsory redundancies. And one of the things they're talking about in the NHS is the impact of that on the morale of other people. Because you're actually building up a well of people that don't want to be there, pulling down the people that do want to be there, and they're finding that harder and harder, and it's a serious issue because there's actually no place to put them, and actually it's called redeployment hell. So that's a very serious thing. So you've got actually some very good people that have been shifted out, demoralised. You've also got some other people just simply not doing anything. Intrapreneurs are everywhere. They're in every organisation because innovation comes from within. And that's where it becomes incredibly exciting. And that's why this is such a fascinating day. Because it's actually from people who are seeing, doing and thinking about what it is they're doing every day. The next one is to test. And that's to test yourself. Because one of the key things is the myth of the manager has grown up, that the manager can do absolutely everything. And one of the things that I would just quickly flag out is the marvellous thing called the Ciroli test. Ernesto Ciroli, a very distinguished Italian economic development guy and all-round good guy, community specialist as well, said there's three things that makes any organisation vibrant. You need to have somebody who loves the product, you have somebody who loves selling, and you need to have somebody who loves administering it and doing all the controls. You can be good at one, great at one, you've got to be great at one. You can be good, great at two, but nobody can do three.